It's a Nick.
Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Diva Mixon. We're going to be talking through a few things. I sent out on my Instagram a Q&A, and some people sent me questions. I'm going to have some answers, so I'm going to try to mix in a little bit of politics, a little bit of fun stuff, and I know that a lot of people are wanting me to get into the Kamala Harris pick from former Vice President Joe Biden, so we're going to be doing that first. I got a few questions on that, so I'm just going to basically hit that, go right through Kamala Harris, get into some fun stuff, and then we'll get into some other questions that people talk to me about. So what are my thoughts about Joe Biden picking Kamala Harris? I think that's what everybody is wanting me to answer. So that's what we're going to answer first. And my analysis really is that Kamala Harris is really the best pick for any Trump supporter. Like, I personally would be really scared, like, as a Trump supporter, I would be very scared if it was anyone different, especially like Gretchen Whitmer, maybe Val Demings, or even if they do pick Stacey Abrams. But now that, you know, Biden promised a woman, and man, did he deliver. He promised a black woman, and man, did he deliver on that promise. Now, granted, all politicians have baggage. They really do. I mean, Donald Trump has some baggage. Mike Pence has some baggage. Joe Biden definitely has some baggage. But Kamala Harris, man, she has terrible baggage. You know, laughing about smoking marijuana while she was putting thousands of people in prison. So she is a senator from California, and in California, her approval rating is just 42%. 42% in California. So my analysis is that Trump is going to win California by roughly 5 points. No, I'm joking. Just because Kamala Harris's approval rating is down in California does not mean Trump is going to win California. That was a joke. But, you know, Kamala Harris is very far left. She's probably the most far left candidate on the stage besides Bernie Sanders in her policies. And she's two-faced. She changes the narrative about what she thinks basically in the second. She's always changing the narrative, and that's why she didn't make it past December in the Democratic primaries. The Democrats already rejected her. I mean, Andrew Yang made it farther than Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris is now the presumptive vice president. You know, I'd also like to talk about the Bernie bros, because a lot of people are saying that Kamala Harris may help drive out the Bernie bros enough that it's going to be making a difference. Well, in my opinion, I think she could drive out some Bernie bros because of the far left policy. She can drive out some, but I don't think she's going to drive out enough where it's going to make the difference in some swing states, especially those out west, such as Nevada or Arizona. I think that with the Kamala Harris decision, I think that Biden probably will win Nevada now, but I don't think it's going to help him that much in Arizona. Mike Pence and Kamala Harris debate is going to be amazing. If you remember, if you watched any of the Democratic debates back last year, and you watched Tulsi Gabbard absolutely sink Kamala's presidential campaign, man, Mike Pence will drop a nuclear bomb on it. I mean, just everything. And the main problem with Kamala Harris is really her record on criminal justice. Like I just said a minute ago, she was laughing about smoking marijuana while she was imprisoning thousands of people. She also called Biden a racist, and she says that she believes in Tara Reade. So basically, she believes that the person she's running with is guilty of sexual assault, and she believes the person she's running with is a racist, which I think is very interesting, and that just shows the double standard that Democrats have. And you can really see the motive here for Kamala. She's really not looking to be the vice president. She's really looking to be president. Every time Joe Biden talks about her, every time he says something about Kamala Harris, it's always, and I know she'll be ready to lead on day one. And I think that should be scary for not only Republicans, I think that should be scary for Democrats as well. If there are any moderate Democrats left out there, I think that should be scary, that the person that they should be voting in office is saying that the vice president over and over again is ready to lead on day one. Now, granted, the vice president does lead this nation, but the way he's saying it, the way he's joking about, well, I'm getting old, I just think it's really interesting, it's very weird, and I think it's very scary. Kamala Harris has called for abortion all the way to the crowning of the baby, which to me, no matter which way you stand on abortion, I think is heart-wrenching. When the baby is actually coming out, and we know it's alive at that point, and they think that they can abort that baby, and they think that's the right, man, that's when it's heart-wrenching. 59% of Democrats, according to a poll, don't think Joe Biden will make it past his first year in office. And then Kamala Harris will be president. And I just think, guys, that that's just not good. I think that this is really bad. And I think that a lot of moderate Democrats and some even liberal Democrats will start. I don't think they're going to vote for Trump, and I don't think they're going to switch their vote to Trump just because of this. I think that they just won't vote. I think they're so fed up. I just don't think they're going to vote, and that's what's going to give Trump over the top in some of these very, very key swing states. Biden can win this election, and I'm not doubting that. Biden definitely could win this election, but he's not going to win because of Kamala. He's going to win in spite of Kamala Harris. In my opinion, I think the states that hurt the states that hurt Biden the most in picking Kamala is probably Pennsylvania and Florida, because Kamala Harris is very into the Green New Deal, which is going to really. It's going to cost thousands of jobs in Pennsylvania, and it's not going to look good in Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania is very key, very, very key state. And Florida, I think that a lot of people, moderate Democrats who were kind of like, yeah, I like Joe and I don't like Donald because of, what he tweets. I don't like all this diversity. But now that you're going to put in a far left candidate that possibly could be president next year, no, they're not going to be voting for Biden anymore. And I've seen several things that said in Florida, actually, people texting friends of mine saying they were voting for Joe and now they're voting for Kamala. I mean, not Kamala. Sorry, they're voting for Donald Trump now. And I'm just saying this is a big, big, big thing. And if we're looking back in December or January and Trump has won re-election and we're looking back and we're saying, what was the key decision that hurt the Biden campaign? I think this is going to be it. Like I said, if he just picked someone who wasn't that far left, if he would have just picked someone, maybe Val Demings, maybe Gretchen Whitmer, one of those people probably, I think Biden could have won this election. But right now, I think that it's only helping Donald Trump. But when you have, Biden can win the election. We will see what happens. But to me, when you have a vice president who wants to legalize prostitution, abortion all the way up to crowning, the Green New Deal, open borders, legalize weed, to me, it's just hard to beat Donald Trump, who has so much under his belt that he's done in his presidency. Excuse me, looking for the word there. All that Donald Trump has done, I think that if he can't beat this ticket, he really deserves to lose. So that's kind of my, brief analysis on Kamala Harris. And I'll be coming out with another election prediction in the coming week or so, because what I do is, if you follow me on Instagram, I post one every 2 weeks. But if you watch my videos, I'm going to post a video about it every single month. But I'll be continuing to do these little snapshots. All right, the next question. So that's my analysis on Kamala Harris. The next question I got was my favorite type of ice cream. And I think my favorite type of ice cream is definitely Cookie Two-Step by Bluebell. Man, I eat that, and that is some good ice cream. I'm telling you, you get that Oreo cookies and cream mixed with cookie dough. Man, that is some good ice cream, man. You need to try it if you haven't tried it, and man, it's a good ice cream. So that's my favorite ice cream. The next question I got was, if Joe Biden wins Florida and or Texas, can Donald Trump still win the Electoral College? So I'm going to be responding to this in two parts. My first part is, well, let's do both states. So let's just say hypothetically that Joe Biden won Texas. In my opinion, I think Joe Biden would win the presidency 286 to 252 if Biden wins Texas. Donald Trump would have to win Michigan and New Hampshire for him to win, assuming he holds all the states he won in 2016. And if that happened, it'd be 272 to 266. I think in this election cycle, I don't see Trump winning Michigan. In my opinion, now it's possible. He can win Michigan. It's very possible he can. We're seeing the polling the same as it was when Hillary Clinton, the same Hillary Clinton polling. So it's very possible he can win it. I personally don't think he wins. So if Joe Biden won Texas, I would say Donald Trump has a 3 to 5% chance of winning the Electoral College. I think this is it's just so many electoral votes that Republicans hold dear that it just seems impossible that Donald Trump would win the Electoral College if he lost Texas. But I think he still could, but I don't think it's likely. So if Joe Biden won Florida, I think if Joe Biden won Florida, Biden would win the Electoral College closer, but he would still win 273 to 265. It would be the Same thing if Joe Biden won Texas. I think Trump would have to win Michigan. He has to uphold all the Rust Belt. He has to win Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. And that's assuming he loses Minnesota. And if that happened, if he held all those states, he would win 281 to 257, Donald Trump would. But once again, I just don't think it's likely that Donald Trump wins Michigan. So in both scenarios, and especially Texas, Biden would be president, in my opinion. But I highly doubt Texas is going to Biden. Florida is going to go down to the wire, as it always does. But Trump can still win without it, but it definitely weakens his shot. So that's my answer to that. If Biden wins Florida and or Texas, can Donald Trump still win the Electoral College? Next question is the dumbest thing you have ever done. Well, I have a lot of these, believe it or not. The one thing that comes to my mind was when I was with some of my friends at his friend's house, and it was the 4th of July, and I took an entire package of bottle rockets and threw it into the bonfire, and man, they just shot everywhere, bam, bang, 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 and it was crazy. So that was probably one of the dumbest things I've ever done. But I've done a lot of dumb things. There's a long list of dumb things I've done. So let's get to this last question here from someone. What is the biggest life lesson that you've learned? You know, the biggest life lesson I've probably learned is that you're not going to make everyone happy. You're really not. Nobody is going to you can't have everyone agree with you. And I think that's just facts. Lecrae said it best this way. He's a rapper. I'm not a rap fan, but I just think that one of his quotes is really good. He says, if you live for people's acceptance, you will die from their rejection, end quote. And I think that's just so true. If all you do is try to get people to accept you, if all you do is try to make every single person happy, you're going to die from their rejection. You're going to be dying trying, because you can't make everyone happy. The only approval that you should be seeking is from God. 2 Timothy 2:15 says, do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who does not need to be ashamed, who correctly handles the word of truth. The only approval I'm seeking is God. That's the only approval I'm seeking. I'm not seeking the approval of the Republican Party. I'm not seeking the approval of the Democratic Party. I'm not even seeking approval of people who watch these videos. I'm seeking approval of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I'm not afraid to say that I'm a Christian. I am a Christian, and I seek approval from the Lord Jesus Christ alone. So the biggest life lesson is that I'm not going to make everyone happy, but I'm going to stand on what I believe. And I believe that Donald Trump is the best man for the office. I believe that Donald Trump has done more for this country than any other president in the United States in a long time, probably other than Ronald Reagan. And I believe that with all my heart. Now, people don't agree with that, and I'm fine with that. Not everybody's going to agree with that. And I can't make this channel where I'm forcing people to agree with that. I'm just going to tell you what I think, and I'm going to tell you what I really think is going on in this country. So that's my biggest life lesson. That you're not going to make everyone happy, and if you try to make everyone happy, you're going to die from their rejection. So guys, that's about all for this video. I think we had a lot of good stuff. We talked about Kamala Harris. We talked about Biden winning Republican states. We talked about ice cream and dumb stuff I've done, and we talked about the biggest life lesson. I thank you so much for watching this video. Comment down below on other videos you want me to see, maybe react to some stuff, maybe react to some trailers, because I want this channel to be fun. I don't want it to be all about politics, and I don't want it to be all about fun either. I kind of want it to mix. I love politics, I love fun, I love having fun, I love movies. So just comment down below on what you think about this video, maybe some questions, and maybe another video that you would like to see. So That's the Next signing out. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.